Good morning, friends. This morning quote is: experience is a hard teacher. It first gives you the test and then the result afterwards. Friends, there is no denying the fact that experience is the best teacher. The fact that to know the road ahead, ask those coming back or take the road yourself. It is better to take the road yourself if you really want to know about the road and see what you learn. Of course, it is a lot easier to learn from others' mistake, and it is much less costly to learn from other mistakes. But friends, for most of us, we have to experience things for ourselves. For most of us, we have to experience things for ourselves. When the outcome is good, we call it a successful experience. Whatever attempt, whatever endeavor we make, if the outcome is good, we always say that it is a successful experience. But if the things don't work out as we hoped, we call it a learning experience. Experience is the name everyone gives is to their mistakes. Experience is the dividend you get from your mistakes. For instance, Thomas Watson, the founder and the first president of IBM, was asked if he was going to fire an employee who made a mistake that cost IBM $6,000. He replied, he said, "No, I just spent $6,000 training him. Why should I want somebody else to hire his experience?" See the intelligence of that person. He just wanted to explain that his employee made a mistake. It cost him $6,000 loss. The company has underwent the loss of $6,000, but that experience could be used for correcting the mistake and not further undergoing or incurring the loss. So why should he allow somebody else to hire his experience? Friends, unless and until we make a mistake, how can we learn? There are innumerable examples. People often get discouraged or embarrassed or disheartened at failure, but actually they should know that this failure is an experience which will teach them not to commit that mistake and learn from that mistake. There are innumerable examples in our life that we often come across situations that knowingly or unknowingly we commit a mistake. But then that mistake becomes a learning lesson. It starts giving us an idea and perception that what really went wrong, that really made us fail. And to double your success, you have to double your mistakes. Unless and until you commit a mistake, how will you really learn? Failures are the stepping stones of success. See, there are examples that an IS aspirant failed in the first attempt, but then he or she started an analysis where actually what went wrong and where exactly he lacked. And then after introspection, she started preparing those lessons and those portions which really made him fail or made her fail. And the second time she put the best endeavor correcting that mistake with that experience, and she became successful. The second time she cracked the exam. So had she not committed had she not committed that mistake first time, I think she would not have learned and she would not have used that error to success. So it is important to make the error work for success, not for failure. Actually, we often think the mistake or the error as a setback. No, it is not a setback, rather it is a learning lesson, learning experience. Things may not work. Things may not work for the first time. Well, we will correct it. Second time, we will have an idea and perception what went wrong in the first time. See, the thing is that unless and until you take up the challenge, unless and until you put an endeavor, how will you really get an experience? People often fear of failure. See, fear of failure is the greatest hurdle. If you fear failure in life, you will never be able to do anything great in life. All those people who have set up a big company and a big organization and a big corporate sector have committed several mistakes. They have failed in the first project. They have failed in the second project. Repeatedly, they have failed in several projects. But then, from every failure, they have learned a lesson. And then eventually they have put all those errors to success, and those errors have become the stepping stones for success for the new project. And now in the date, in the present date, they have been the most successful entrepreneurs and the businessmen of the world. So the question that was asked about the president of the IBM, Thomas Watson, that he should why he should not fire his employee whose mistake cost him $6,000. He said, no, why should I fire him? Why should I? That actually I spent $6,000 for training an employee, and I will hire his experience for my company, not for, I will not allow others to hire his experience. Maybe that his mistake will become a learning lessons for other employees, and that way. Another question was asked from the boss of a company, that he promoted one young guys to the higher post, and one who had 20 years of experience, he didn't promote him. He said, why didn't you promote me although I have 20 years of experience? The company's boss replied saying that you have 20 years of experience, not of 20 years, you have 20 years of experience of one in one kind of skill. That means you have worked for 20 years, but you have committed the same mistake for 20 years. So you have rather 1 year experience 20 times. So that is the reason why I promoted a young guy actually who committed a mistake, but then he used his mistake for success for the another project, and he made the company benefited in a huge way. So the young guys had used his error and mistake for profiting the company and making the success in his project. So that is the reason why he promoted a young guy rather than a guy who has worked for 20 years. And he just said that you have 20 years experience, but that will be count 1 year of experience 20 times. You will not have 20 years of experience. That is the reason why I didn't promote you. So you just imagine how the actually intelligent people use the mistakes for their success, and their experience for success. So friends, success comes only when you commit a mistake. For most of us, we have to experience things for ourselves. When the outcome is good, we will call it a successful experience. If the outcomes don't work, actually we will call it a learning experience. Experience is very important. It is a hard teacher. So let us experience. In the real life experience, actually not only builds our capacity and capability, it also changes, or it helps in changing our perception and building a resilience. That is very important. Unless and until you build a resilience to your efforts will not reap you success. And that is what I wanted to sum up. So friends, always try to learn from your experience. Experience is the best teacher of life. Thank you. Have a nice day. This is Eddie Singh on the channel Easy English by Eddie Singh.